Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, thanks. I'm not sure how much you faced him. I know he's faced Devontae a lot in MVS some, but what are your impressions of Stokes?
Uh, he's good. I mean, he's a rookie, so I mean, there's still a lot of he's got to learn, and the level of play at the NFL is a lot different. So, I think he's learning and gaining a lot every single day. But he's got some really good vets in his room with Jair and Kevin King that are, I think kind of helping him, guiding him along the way. So, excited to see what he does.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Alan. Aaron mentioned a few minutes ago that he's seeing some things with Joe Barry's defense where maybe some of the coverages are a little bit different, not what you guys have seen in the past. I'm just curious your early impressions of things about that defense that look different to you.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of disguising and rocking and rolling, kind of post snap and not really showing or kind of tilting their hat to what they're doing. So I think they're doing a really good job as far as disguising and then playing post snap and kind of just playing with their rules. I think a lot of their stuff is, they're passing a lot of things off, knowing what we try to do and what we do well as an offense, and making it a little bit more hard to kind of decipher post snap and making sure that we get into the right holes and windows of the defense. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a big adjustment that we're kind of facing. But I'm not too sure of what the defenses that we're playing this year are doing, but I don't think we're going to see that too well. But it's a great defense to go against every single day. It's going to make us only better in offense.
Matt Schneidman.
Alan, I know you were only teammates with Randall for two weeks back in 2018, I think it was, but adding him and with Funchess back and Amari in the fold as kind of a slot guy, how deep is this receiver room, do you think?
Oh, man, I think we got the best receiver room in the league easily. It's great to have Randall back, obviously, just from his veteran status for one, and then obviously what he's done here and his relationship with Aaron as far as knowing on how to communicate and what he's expecting out of us. And so I think not only myself, but a lot of the young guys as well are able to kind of pick up a lot of little things as far as the offense goes and just on how to run routes and stuff, especially when you're running with Aaron, because it's just a whole different game when he's out there playing.
Mark Daniels.
Hey, Alan, the efficiency and production from year one to year two in this offense pretty well documented. Now that we're into year three, are you sensing just more refinements of the first 2-year play sheets of Matt, or creative expansion?
I think I'm expecting another record-setting year. I think every year that we've gotten better, obviously. We go from year one to year two, and not only Aaron, but us as an offensive unit set some really good records and kind of raise the standard of what we expect. So going into year three now, especially with returning a lot of the guys and, having the NFL MVP, having Devontae, and having just the rest of the vets and guys that are well established and pretty familiar with the system and our expectations of how to run things and how we go about things here. I think we are setting a pretty high standard for what we can achieve this year.
Wes Hodkowitz.
Hey, Alan, hope you're doing well. I wanted to follow up quickly, if I can, on Matt's question. Do you have any recollections of Randall in those week or two that you were with him, or anything that you remember from kind of meeting him for the first time?
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty wide-eyed, and reserved at the same time when I first got here. But I'll remember my first game. We were in New York playing the Jets. Crazy comeback win, I believe. I'm not sure if it was overtime or it was like fourth quarter that Aaron kind of marched on the field and threw that walk-off to Devontae. But I remember standing on the sideline because I believe he got hurt the week or two before that. Right. So he wasn't too involved with the game plan and practice at that time. But I was standing on the sideline with him, and I just remember talking to him, of him just giving me a few pointers of just like how to go about my business and make sure that I'm working hard. And, the most important thing is just developing that relationship with Aaron because, I mean, long story short, you can see how it's helped me advance in my career and has benefited me, but also the team as well.
Rob Domofsky.
Yeah, Alan, you mentioned that it's just different with 12 out there, and with him being gone all spring, was there any part of you that just wondered, what's he going to be like when he gets back?
No, no. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's, I was having a good discussion with Robert Tunyon last night. He's not a quarterback. He's a professional thrower of the ball. And if you really watch and kind of study his film, just the way that he's able to throw the ball, especially in the body positions that he's in, it's not recommended by a lot of coaches, his body positions and jumping, twisting, looking off defenders, the timing of things. It's just, he's just like a kid back there playing backyard football. And it's a blessing to be able to play with him alongside him. And something that I don't take for granted because a lot of the passes that he makes are unbelievable.
Tom Silverstein.
Hey, Alan, where are you at, or how do you feel 10 months? I think it's 10 months since you had the surgery on the groin. And can you ever, now that the season's over, say that you ever got back to where you wanted to be? And are you at a completely different place right now?
I don't really believe in like limitations too much. So, when I was playing or when I came back last year, I didn't really think about my injury too much because at the end of the day, it's not really like I don't want to use that as a crutch of why I didn't perform or why I didn't do my job or anything. So to kind of answer the first part, yeah, I feel great. I feel 100%. And at the same time, that's how I felt kind of finishing the year as well. Now, granted, I was still coming off the injury, and so kind of getting that the flexibility back, the strength back, and just kind of getting back into the rhythm of the game as well. So I think I'm at a really good position. I feel great with my weight, my conditioning, and just overall health. I think that's a big focus for my off season. Is just really dissecting all the things that I'm intaking with my diet, whether it be physically or visually as well. Of just knowing what I'm consuming and making sure that I'm just putting the right things in my body to be the best I can be.
Bill Huber. Bill.
Yep, there we go. Hi, Alan. When did you feel like you were back last year after that injury? Obviously, I'm guessing you weren't probably feeling 100% when you first got back.
Honestly, I think if you go back and watch the Eagles film, I think that's like the second week I came back. I think I was moving very well. I was feeling very confident in myself and my abilities and everything. But I think, I was just watching that film the other day and kind of comparing it to the beginning of the season film and whatnot. And yeah, there might have been like a little bit hitch or two there, but I still feel like I was moving very well when I came back.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Tom.
Alan, I think you signed your tender really late, right before the deadline. Was there any kind of a statement with that, or were you hoping for an extension, or was there anything regarding that?
Nah, just ready for the season.
Matt Schneidman.
Alan, I don't know the answer to this one. Did you know Kurt Benkert before he got here?
Yeah. Actually, I trained with Kurt coming out of college. Him and I both trained at Exos down in Phoenix. So I've known him, before rookie year, and like we've kind of stayed in touch, periodically as our careers have kind of gone this whole path. And then once obviously he signed back here and everything, I was pretty excited just to be able to build and to grow that relationship with him, because he's also just a great person off the field, just on how he goes about things daily inside the building. But I think he's a very talented quarterback, and just knowing him, I know he's going to take a lot of the coaching, but also just soaking in all of Aaron's knowledge as well.
Chris Roth.
Hey, Alan, we've seen you grow here over the last couple of years. We know you're a tremendous blocker. You've had big yardage games. You've had big catch games. For you, when you went back and looked at where you are now, what did you want to add to your game this year? What are you hoping to add, if anything, to your game this year?
A Super Bowl ring. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I think, to my game that I'm really focused on. I'm not really focused on myself as an individual. I think I can do a lot of things very well, and I kind of have a different game than most, I would think. I think a lot of my game is very mental, of just putting myself in the right position to succeed, because I know I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the quickest. But I know how to read the body language, how to read defenses, and ultimately just be in the right spot for 12 to throw me the ball and to be able to kind of build off of that. So yeah, just for me, just want a Super Bowl ring.